everyone, and welcome back. Have you ever sat down at the piano and thought, I'm doing everything I know to do, but I do not feel like I'm making one lick of progress? I know exactly what that feels like. No matter how long you've been playing, everyone reaches seasons where they just feel stuck. And the difference isn't whether you get stuck. The difference is whether you have a system that will help you move forward. And today I want to share this simple system I use whenever I feel like my progress has just stalled. And the first step one, is just stop pushing. The first thing I do is stop trying to force progress. When we feel frustrated, our natural reaction is just practice harder. We play the piece over and over and over. We increase the tempo. We stay at the piano longer, but more effort isn't always the answer. Sometimes frustration is simply a signal that it's time to change your approach. Instead of asking, why can't I play this? I ask, okay, what is this piece trying to teach me? That question immediately changes my mindset. So step two is let's sit down and let's find the real problem. So most of the time the problem isn't the entire piece. Most of the time it's one specific skill. Maybe it's a rhythm, maybe it's coordination between the hands, maybe it's fingering, maybe it's balance between melody and accompaniment, maybe it's just 2 or 3 measures. But instead of practicing the whole piece again, I identify the one thing that's actually causing the struggle. So when you solve the real problem, everything else starts improving. Step 3, shrink the challenge. So one of the biggest mistakes that pianists make is trying to practice too much at once. If I'm struggling with 8 measures, I don't keep practicing all at 8. I'll break that up into maybe 2 or 4 measures. If those 4 measures, feel overwhelming, we'll break it up into 2. Sometimes, I'll sit there and I'll practice and we'll just take it all the way down and just do one beat at a time. There's no shame in making the challenge smaller. In fact, that's often the fastest path to success. Now, step 4 is slow everything down. When we're stuck, we usually speed up because we're anxious to just get through the difficult part, right? But instead, I slow everything down, painfully slow. In fact, here's my metronome right here. I will set this thing painfully slow. Slow enough that I can think. Slow enough that I can relax. Slow enough that I can play it accurately. Accuracy always comes before speed. Every single time. And then step 5, celebrate your progress. This might be the most important step. I never end a practice session by focusing on what I still cannot do. Instead, I ask myself 3 simple questions. What improved today? What did I learn? What is the next small step? And that keeps my focus on growth instead of perfection. So the bigger picture overall, I started realizing feeling stuck is not a failure. It's a feedback. It simply means you've reached the edge of your current ability. And that's actually exciting. Because growth always happens just beyond that point. And every time you work through a challenge instead of giving up, you're becoming a stronger musician. So the next time you feel stuck, don't tell yourself, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Instead, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can improve today? You don't have to solve everything. You just need to make one small step forward. And those small steps are what eventually create big breakthroughs. So remember, progress is not about never getting stuck. Every pianist gets stuck. The goal is to have a system that helps you move through those moments instead of letting them stop you. And when you trust the process, stay patient and keep taking small steps. You'll often discover that what once seemed impossible has become something you can do with confidence. So I'd love to hear from you. What part of your piano playing feels the most challenging right now? Is it rhythm? Maybe it's reading music, playing with both hands. Confidence? Leave a comment below. I read everyone, and your question might even inspire a future video. I've learned that successful pianists aren't the ones who never get stuck. They're the ones who have a reliable system for getting unstuck. That's what I want to help every adult pianist develop. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Over the next few weeks, we're going to continue exploring practical strategies and mindset shifts that help adult pianists to make steady, lasting progress. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.